What's good? It's Jordan. Today I'll be talking to you about hard times show true colors. See, we may not understand when we are going through a level of growth. And through that level of growth that we may go through, there is trial and error and trial and tribulation. See, we have to take the time out of our life to actually know when we are going through a season of trial and error, because we may have different seasons in this life where we may have a good season and a bad season. But every time the Most High is trying to upgrade you and trying to level you up and trying to push you further in this life, know that you're going to go through many various tests that test your faith. Are you ready for these tests? Are you ready for times of uncertainty? And see, in this life, there are people who are in your life that depend on you to change their future, to change their life, to change their situation. There's people who want to benefit from you and what you bring to the table of this life. Understand that if you are not in the right season and in the right standings in this given moment, in this given time, you may have many various people that you thought who cared about you. They may leave, and you have to be fine with that, because you do not want to carry dead weight on this journey. You do not want to carry dead weight on this path. You have the ability and opportunity to actually be around like-minded individuals that want to reach a common goal like you do. We do not have the time in this life to be dealing with low vibrational people, leeches, people who only care about themselves and the desires of what they want in their own life, and they don't really care about you and how they can provide value towards you in order to reach that common goal. See, sometimes people just want to use you and benefit off of what you're doing because they may not have a dream, they may not have a talent, they may not have a passion, and they feel that if they can follow you instead of carving out their own path, instead of working in unison with you, then it's best that they just piggyback off of what you're doing and focus on what you're doing and focus on the benefits that you're receiving instead of them carving their own path in this life. You know, everybody is unique and everyone has a talent that they can strive at, but you have to tap in with yourself and understand yourself and understand what you bring to this table of life. You know, sometimes it may stop people from doing the things needed in this life in order for them to prevail, because they may be insecure, they may be afraid, fearful, scared about others and what others have to say about what they are talented about. Don't let anybody tell you you cannot do what you want to do in this life. You know, people and their opinions try to weigh you down, but somebody that's in your corner and somebody that really has your best interests at heart isn't going to try to destroy you and your dreams, your talents, your visions, and your goals. Someone who doesn't have talent, vision, or goals only tries to destroy those said people. And what we must not do is listen to people who actually do not do anything in this life but just talk. Everyone has an opinion, but not much people in this life actually do what they say that they're going to do in this life. Many people just have opinions and do nothing. You know, it's easier said than done. If you're going to make an opinion about something, at least be doing the work. You know, then we can understand. But if you're an individual that doesn't do the work, that doesn't do anything, and you critique and criticize others, you look even more worse and you look unintelligent, because it's like people want to see the proof in the work. And if you have no work and you critique others, then people are going to look at you funny. You know, so in this life, know what you're trying to do. Know the life that you want for yourself. And don't be that individual that critiques others, but actually doesn't have anything done in their own lives. You know, and this is the true colors that we see within people. If you start to elevate further than what they thought you were going to elevate to, then they start to be envious and jealous. Or if you're not elevating and you're going through a rough patch and a rough time in your life, then they're going to feel that you're not doing enough. But see, if we're all working on a common goal and we're all working towards our goals and what we need to do to approve of the Most High in order to reap the blessings and rewards that the Most High has for us, then we cannot fail. But, you know, with the advent of social media and social programming, we have many people that are just individuals who watch and wait for people to reach the finish line instead of actually working with these said individuals. And then when these people do actually reach the finish line and they decide that they want to move on, move to a different environment and do the things that they need to do in order for them to elevate further, then people want to call them sellouts. People want to call them spiteful and haters and all types of different derogative statements in order to downplay their character just because they cannot do the things that this said person does. But, you know, that's the life that we live. If you don't help somebody, they feel that you don't care about them and they don't have a sense of understanding of the life that you live and they don't understand the goal that you're trying to achieve. So just be the person that's actually doing something and doing the work instead of being the person that's just criticizing and just looking at what others do, because there's space for everybody to do something in this life that is productive. And we don't want to be the individuals that just sit on the sidelines and just watch others' lives and just watch our life pass by and do nothing. You know, step outside the box. Think of things that you can do in your own personal life in order for you to elevate yourself in a positive way. Think about the things that you need to work on, the things that you need to develop, your interests and hobbies, how you can gain a stronger connection with the Most High. You know, this life is for us to understand and to actually think instead of being a follower. We change our direction, we change our path towards being a leader. And we only could do these things. No one could do these things for us. And this is the time that we should take to actually understand ourselves. Whether we're young or we're old, we still have the time today to actually figure out our lives. Every day that we're given a chance to wake up, we should use that ability to understand ourselves and learn ourselves more. See, people aren't going to tell you this because people want you to be below them. You have to learn these things on your own. And either you learn it when you're younger or you learn it when you're older. But at least you have the ability to do something about yourself when you do learn these things. If you're young and you learn these things, then you're able to actually change your life into the life that you want it to be, the life that the Most High wants it to be for you. If you're far much older, you're able to pass the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding onto the younger generations for them to understand. You're able to pass the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding for them to understand what needs to be done in this life and how they can progress in their own lives. You know, we cannot be the generation of people that know that there's changes that need to be done, but we feel that other generations to come should struggle the same way just because we, quote unquote, may have had hard times and struggles. How are we going to reap the blessings and rewards from the Most High if we're doing the same thing as past generations? You know, so know that as human beings, we can be jealous, envious, spiteful, and that's not a good trait to have, and that's not a positive trait to have. And essentially, you only ruin yourself being like that. You don't ruin anybody else but yourself. And in this given moment, we cannot be people who just try to ruin our future and ruin other people's future because we made bad decisions that we cannot take back. All we can do is just move forward, you know, and that's important. Moving forward is important. But just know that if you're an individual that's trying to actually do something with themselves and do something with their life and actually trying to move forward and elevate, that the true colors are going to show, you know, Even in the little things, when you speak to somebody that you care about, they may say certain things in the way they speak, and you have to pick up on certain things that they say, you know, things that they haven't said before. Just as soon as the energy changes, you got to remove yourself, because it is not healthy. It's toxic. You know, you may have friends, family members, coworkers, associates that were cool with you until you started elevating. Then they started speaking negatively into the situation that you're placed in. But before, when you were on the same level and you weren't doing anything, or you're even on a worse level than them, they were fine with it, you know? And even in ourselves, we may have jealousy, envy, and all these negative traits in our own selves, and portraying it on other people too, which we need to stop, because it's not helping anybody. So we got to do the work needed in our own lives before we can actually go out there and pursue the things that we need to pursue in this life in order to appease of God and please God. You know, this is the only life that we have, and it's best we take advantage of the life that we have and do the right thing in this life. So know that when you're on a journey in this life and a mission, that you're going to have people show their true colors, but it's how you deal with it. It's how you move according to God's plan, and know that God is still protecting you even when these situations occur, but he's showing you who's meant to be around in your life and who's not meant to be around in your life. Pay attention. Be aware of your surroundings, because your surroundings could either save you or destroy you. So I want to leave you with this scripture today, and I hope that you use this scripture in your personal life. Proverbs 10:9. He who walks in integrity and with moral character walks securely, but he who takes a crooked way will be discovered and punished. Know in this life, God will protect you, provide for you, and strengthen you through every trial and tribulation that you may go through. And know that he is here, and he is here to help us on this path and journey today. No matter whatever we go through, no matter the people we may get in conflicts with, no matter the life that we may choose, if we decide to put the Most High first, we can rest assured that the Most High has things set and figured out for our lives today. Peace.